Just this is not the Wan show. If you can't tell, I'm not Linus.
I'm definitely Luke.
Then this is not Luke and or James and or Max.
I started a company called
Sync
Plane Float.
called Sync Car.
Sync Car. Yeah,
Float plane
Detroit.
Sync Car.
We're Detroit.
That's not what I was going with opposites.
I know, but like it's reflective of the cars.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so welcome. This is the Detroit Tech Review. We are basically just going to be going over some tech news over the past week. We currently upload our videos every other week. Those are the reviews, the normal stuff. These are going to be supplementing that, so we'll be at the other weeks. So now we'll be releasing weekly content. Every bi-weekly will be this content. Bi-weekly, then the other bi-weekly. I don't know, that's whatever. Will be...
bi-weekly.
Bi-weekly. Will be the other...
One more time. Hit me, baby.
What?
Nothing.
Hit me? No, it's a Britney Spears reference. I don't know. We derailed already. So...
I mean, that was expected. But yeah.
So anyway, going over... I don't know. We have 3-4 topics just to go over, talk about, like I said, kind of tech news recently. So first thing is the Pixel 2... and specifically Pixel 2 XL, because that's the one we have to... Oh, actually, the squeeze. That's what we actually have to talk about. Specifically... If I could... There we go. Specifically, there is an 8-core system on a chip, separate than the Snapdragon 835. 8-core image processing unit.
I believe it's called a Pixel Visual Core.
Oh, really? I didn't even see that there.
It's called the Pixel Visual Core.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. So it's custom, Google-designed system on a chip, dedicated exclusively to camera image processing. So
yeah, so that phone's got 2 whole, like 8-core CPUs basically.
Yeah, which is nuts.
Sandwiched in there.
Yeah, which is insane.
One that is currently the same one that most everybody else has in their phone.
The 835, Snapdragon 835. And so this is going to be it's a 8-core image processing unit capable of more than 3 trillion operations per second, which is insane. And so Google says the company's HDR plus image processing will be able to run 5 times faster and at less than 1/10 the energy than it currently does on the main CPU. However, I think this goes much further than HDR.
I'm pretty sure they didn't design their own CPU and
just
put another one in there just for better HDR.
Yeah, I mean the DxO score could go like way high with this.
Woo! But
I think you remember Tango, right?
Tango, that's the
crazy...
The Asus phone.
Asus, I think it was one of their Zen phones.
Yeah, that could do the basically depth mapping and create...
Yeah, so yeah, it'll map the... So think... I'm also going another thing. Think HoloLens. Because HoloLens will have... The Microsoft HoloLens will have like a squirrel running across a table and then jumping up onto the back of the couch. Right. So I think because the Pixel has dual... The image sensors, dual pixel, I think is what they call it.
Yeah.
So that's how they do the depth sensing. So I think they have some of that depth sensing, and this will help them map the rooms. I think they're also going to utilize that. If they said the AR works faster that way, I think they'll use it once they activate it for the AR stickers.
Yeah, probably.
Stranger Things AR stickers.
Make them like sit on your table and stuff like that.
And I think they'll just use it for that because they say it'll be more... At least the HDR will be like 1/10 the power.
I think they'll definitely use it for the Google Lens stuff too, like image recognition.
Oh yeah, and
because it can depth map objects and figure out what they actually look like. And I think there's a lot of things Google may have plans for this in terms of AI and
I think it's sweet. I like
image recognition and just helping them know everything about everything. Because that's what they do.
Apparently they don't. I don't know. But yeah, so that's pretty. That's pretty cool. They have like. So there are just 16 cores of processing on this.
Currently, those 8 cores aren't even on.
Yeah, they're not running. They're not on yet. So once they activate, I'm assuming there's going to be some just software. I think they can flip a switch and it'll be fine. I'm assuming.
Who knows? Maybe it'll let them do the facial recognition crap that Apple does too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
But
because even though I don't think they have the dual pixel sensor on the front camera. The selfie camera.
You're right.
But they still do that depth sensing for the portrait mode, which actually works pretty well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I think it's cool.
Also on the Pixel 2, I know Jeremy doesn't want to talk about this.
Nope, not at all.
But so
Hoping
the
you'd forget.
Pixel 2 XL came. We did that unboxing video. It's up right now. So one of the things that we did kind of after that video, I sat down and compared the screen from my Note 5 to the screen on that.
Note 5, it's so old.
I live in the wonderful, vibrant world of Samsung OLEDs. And
I mean,
love,
it's the inaccurately vibrant.
there's no doubt that they're inaccurate. They're just, it looks so good. Like,
It does.
The
It
colors,
really
Duke,
does.
the colors.
Oh wow, that's really old.
So
Is
I
that
love
Kix?
it.
No,
No, it was the bomb pops, the popsicles or whatever.
Yeah, popsicles.
But anyway,
Most people are watching. Actually, some people watching this won't know what that is.
so the Pixel 2 XL screen is in sRGB color space. It's accurate, supposedly.
It looks accurate to me.
The whites are a little gray. They're not as white. And I
bluish, yeah.
definitely prefer the colors on the Samsung. But that's a preference kind of issue. The bigger issue is as soon as you turn that Pixel 2 XL screen maybe 10 degrees off
you don't get
angle,
very far.
any direction, it gets a little blue-gray.
Yeah.
And, while the majority of the time you use your phone, you're looking right at it.
Yeah, it's like here. I can't focus there.
Those couple things, it bothers me enough that I canceled my Pixel 2 XL order and ordered a Note 8. I really like the best displays.
Side note: why didn't you go with the S8
8 Plus.
Plus instead of the Note? Because the S8 Plus does have a more edge-to-edge display, doesn't it?
Yeah, and having had that S7 Edge, I didn't love that as much.
Oh, really? Oh, I forgot you had that. That's the one
Yeah.
that broke, right?
Yeah, I cracked the screen on it.
Real bad.
But I don't know. It's not bad necessarily. It's certainly it's better. The the S7 Edge was the most curviness, and then they kind of backed off
Yeah,
on
they
it,
did back off on it a little bit.
and it
That's
got
true.
better. But because the price wasn't that different, and I sometimes use the stylus, and it has the Note 8 has the 2 cameras,
Yeah.
which
The
is kind of cool, but
the Note 8, the Galaxy, the S8 doesn't?
no. So
I
the Note 8 has
forgot
the
about
dual,
that.
the
Yeah, I totally thought I had that.
the 2 times zoom, basically one, 2x zoom.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just
Yeah, I mean, if you
My
like inaccurate
preference-
colors, then that's fine.
yeah, very vibrant, delicious OLED colors.
It does look really good. However,
There's some features I will miss for not getting that.
because you know what? I can do this.
Which,
I just squeezed my phone, and now I can talk to Google.
while it seems kind of gimmicky, like to squeeze your phone and the Google Assistant comes up,
It's actually way more useful than I even thought it was going to be.
I agree.
Because I'm not that, just moron yelling at my phone.
Okay, Google.
Yeah, no, and then I'm still talking to it, but I don't have to, it's just talk to it real quick, and it's, I have to, okay, Google.
Yeah, you can just
to
squeeze
make
it
sure,
and ask,
here's me.
how tall is LeBron James? Like, instead of having to be like,
6'8".
okay, Google, then wait to see if it works.
I think he's 6'8".
What is it? I don't know. It was about to tell us.
It wasn't. I caught something else.
Um,
My phone's just sitting here going off.
So that and having the fingerprint sensor in the right
Correct place.
instead of just very wrong like Samsung does, and I don't know why.
That's like the most awkward, I haven't used it, but I can't imagine. I have small hands.
The
too,
screen
so-
is the thing I use the most on a phone, and so I just want it to be what I like.
That's fair. That's fair.
Anyway, moving on.
No, I can understand that. Yeah, moving on. I'm sure most people in the world at this point, it feels like, are
But
aware.
definitely the US.
Definitely the US. Are aware that Amazon HQ2, this whole big thing, it was actually this past Thursday, they wanted all their bids in.
For all the cities that are trying to
Right, for
win Amazon to come to their city.
And if you can't figure it out, or if you just found this video and haven't actually looked at the title to the channel, or didn't listen to the first minute when we said this is Detroit Tech Review, which I think we said at this point.
We
I don't
may
even
have
know.
totally missed it.
It's possible.
This is the Detroit Tech Review with Jeremy
We're on top of
and
things.
Corey. Maybe we'll just cut this and insert it back at the beginning.
Yeah, that's fine. But so we both actually work, and surprising as it may be, this is not our full-time job. We're not Linus
No.
yet. We're not Linus.
Not even close.
So we have full-time jobs. We
is a
both
fun
work down. We both work downtown Detroit, and I live 50 yards away from Detroit.
Oh no, you're a good 150.
Yards?
Yeah,
No. It hit 8 miles like
you got to be at the
30.
middle 8 mile.
Yeah, I'm like 30.
30 yards is not even the other side of your street. Anyway, we need to forget all that.
Anyway, across 2 streets that way is Detroit. I live like on 8 Mile. So, and he lives a couple miles outside. So we obviously, I don't know about obviously, but we think it'd be pretty sweet to get Amazon HQ2 here in Detroit.
Yeah.
So a couple things, they had 7 like requirements that they said. So metropolitan area with a population of over 1 million,
Check.
which Detroit itself doesn't, metro area for sure. A stable, business-friendly environment, which, if you aren't from the area or just only really pay attention to the Detroit stuff you hear in the news, you probably don't think we're that stable of an environment. But Detroit, well, 1, bankruptcy's done with, so ha. 2, our credit score just increased. as a
Whatever.
city. So
It's just booming right now.
it's going up.
Yeah.
We're
Good.
It's good. There's something else I was going to go. Within 30 miles of a population center.
Clearly,
Again.
check.
Within 45 minutes to an international airport.
DTW
100%.
Constantly rated in like the top 5.
It's actually one of the busier airports in the U.S.
It's a Delta hub.
It's one of the top. I don't remember what the numbers are, but it's one of the top 10 busiest in the U.S. And of all of those ones, it's actually the smallest, which is kind of odd.
It's a pretty good airport, honestly.
But there's a lot of flights in and out of it, so it's good. So check for sure. Proximity to major highways and arterial roads.
Check.
We have like 7 highways around the city.
We got international highways. We got
Unlike LA, but I was thinking Atlanta. It literally just has 75 right through the middle, and that's like it.
well, it has some of the freeways that go around it, but they're
But it's just awful. Driving through Atlanta, I hate it. Driving here, I mean, it's not great in rush hour,
we're fine.
but we have 7 freeways.
Yeah, no, we're
so
good.
You're good. So we got that one. Access to mass transit routes. This is the one that's a bit of a sticking point at the moment.
yeah.
We have basically. I mean, there is a bus line, I guess.
Smart bus system.
It's terrible.
It's terrible,
And from like city,
and nobody
or from
wants
like
to pay for it.
and from like county to county, I think not city to city, but county to county, it's like not like there's no community. It's awful.
It's because the counties, the parts of the counties that are outside of Detroit don't want to pay for it.
Yes.
Detroit wants to pay for it,
Yeah. So it's bad.
so we just argue on
Now we did just open up the Q line,
that. Ooh.
which I like it as a step in the right direction,
Yep.
but so I don't know. Woodward is this big, very old. It's like one of the first like paved roads in the U.S. Something ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like one of the first whatever, and it's big, an arterial road that's not a highway, and this Q line, it's basically a street trolley, runs from downtown, almost like the river, which is like Ontario in Canada, up to what we call Midtown. So it's like 2 or 3 miles. And it was supposed to go all the way up to 8 Mile Road, which, surprising as it may be, would be roughly an 8-mile trip.
Well, it's not an angle, so it's probably the
I said roughly.
yeah. Anyway, it's mildly effective. It's
Had
probably
funding
slower than-
issues.
It's slower than riding your bike. It's
I don't think it's
maybe
slower
as
than
slow
riding
as
a bike.
walking.
No, 100% not. It goes with the flow of traffic, 35 miles an hour. It does stop at stoplights. But that being said, it's a 3-mile chunk. Like, it's a line segment of 3 miles. It was supposed to, like, they're supposed to go 8 miles, then branch off. However,
It's the start.
I think the 50,000 people that they say they're going to be bringing to whatever city aren't going to come in. I mean, no, they're not going to come immediately. They've said that. So we don't need mass transit for 50,000 people immediately.
Yeah, but that
So I think they'll be able to help with it, or at least be
certainly
the impetus.
if you had that something that would drive it,
Right.
Yeah.
So I think not check, but
not even close to. But I think
it's
to.
a talking point. Yeah, I think it's a
Open
talking
to.
point. And then the last kind of requirement is up to 8 million square feet of office space for future expansion. Now, the interesting thing is right now, if you tried to get Dan Gilbert, the owner of Quicken Loans, Cleveland Cavaliers, he said it in a press conference. If you tried to get, I think, more than 1,000 square feet downtown right now, like contiguous, they don't have it. However, they're starting a $2 billion like 2 different skyscrapers.
I mean, there's plenty of space.
Tons.
Lots of
There's
development
space
happening
to
right
make
now,
it.
and there's plenty of space for more development.
Plus, square mileage wise of the city of Detroit, you can fit like Manhattan, San Francisco,
Yeah.
Chicago, Boston.
I don't know about all that.
I don't
a lot, but
There's like 40, like
even
all
if you didn't
inside.
want to put
It's
it downtown
huge.
Detroit, you can put it by Ann Arbor. You could,
Yes,
there's a lot of places.
tons of space for expansion that we can do. So, I mean, honestly, as far as well, like I said earlier, we are right across the river from Canada, so there also might be kind of a dual bid. I haven't heard anything official about the bids yet.
The bid's in.
The bid's in, but I haven't heard like
what
an
we're
official
there's a hype video. There's a video for the bid.
move here, move the world.
Yeah, it's
hashtag move
it's
the
pretty
world.
good. It's,
Go check that out on Instagram. Hashtag move the world. Detroit rocks.
yeah, we can link it or somewhere, maybe in the
Feel free
description
to.
or whatever. But yeah, so the video went out the end of last week.
Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it'd be good for Detroit.
I think it'd be great. I would really like it to
It'd be good
happen.
for Amazon too.
I think it would be. Yeah, I mean, I think that's huge. Like,
I'm not saying them, they might choose something else, but
sure, but you look at all the people that are investing in Detroit and making it huge, and they've got a big name and are looked at by a lot of people as like savior of the city sort of stuff or whatever. So this gives Amazon an opportunity to come in at kind of a ground level.
yeah, they could set the
And
tone
then-
for what they want to do.
Yeah, which would be really cool. So
So-
Amazon, I know Jeff Bezos. You watch this, you watch our channel. You're a huge fan. But if you happen to see this, come here. Detroit rocks.
Jeff, my man.
I see how
These
swole.
dogs.
I see how swole you are. Get that swole on over here. We're good.
Okay. Anyway,
All right. So moving on, more Google topics because who doesn't love Google these days? Somebody, Android Central. I saw the article on Android Central. I don't know if they
I think
actually
a lot
found
of
it.
people don't like Google right now. Like the EU, I don't know, a lot of people. Anyway, people like Google. But
I like Google.
governments are scared of Google.
That's fair. But some people, I don't know where
Or
they
they want
found it.
their money.
They looked around. That's true. They looked around in some code, I think, in some of the Google Home like code, and they found what looks to be a Google Home with a screen. They're calling it the code name is Quartz, like the rock.
So basically, like a
Echo Show.
yeah, like
That's
a
what it
tablet that also does the assistant stuff
That just sits there.
and has a nice speaker to like play music and
I would assume they say it's gonna, support YouTube and web browsing. So this is actually something that
it supports answering your questions that you yell at it, basically, right?
right, but you can, like the way I look at it is I could watch, hypothetically speaking, a Binging with Babish. Watch it if you don't watch that. I don't remember his name. It's not Babish though.
I bet
Dude,
it's Babish.
watch our channel. Hook us up. We'll do a collab, whatever. Probably not, but it's cool. But if I watch one of his recipes, cool. I just have this screen that I can just yell at. And also, he does like live Twitch streams now.
Yeah.
Weekly, something
Yeah,
that's
you,
nuts.
so you can
So I can
watch
watch
the
that
thing
and,
then
cook along with him. And I mean, obviously, it's convenience very first world because
extremely first world.
I have a Surface.
I know, like I feel like I could just take my tablet, on my laptop.
Yeah, but I think
But it's pushing you towards the future where you have.
But I
like
can't
that-
yell at. I also can't yell at this and have it pause YouTube.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. It's pushing you towards the future where you have one smart controlling device.
And my hands are messy, and I can yell at it. And if it does web browsing the way I want it to, because this is the key for me. If I can
And
tell
by
it
the
to
way, this
scroll
is-
down a half screen,
all
that would be awesome.
supposition at this point.
Oh, 100%. There's literally no official anything.
Yeah.
But if I could get it to, like, if I can actually just pull up an actual recipe and then tell it to scroll down half of the screen to see the next steps of the recipe
Or
after
read
that.
the next step or something.
Right, 100%. That would be amazing.
That'd be cool.
I would buy it, and I would spend probably a fair amount of money on it, and my wife would be mad.
I would want it like built into my like stove.
Oh, yeah, like into the wall.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Anyway,
You could do that.
so that's cool.
You have a saw.
Yeah, I know. I've thought about it.
Okay, now those are my like three main things I want to talk about, and I know.
Well, so
you
we
had
talked
at least
about-
a couple things.
We talked about the Pixel Visual Core.
Yeah, the IPU.
IPU. So, on that some kind of vein, self-driving cars, and so the technology that runs those, NVIDIA has been the leader so far
Yeah.
because of its prowess with the GPUs being able to do all the image recognition.
Yeah, for
super
sure.
fast. They recently just released their Drive PX Pegasus
Best name ever.
architecture thing where it can have up to, I think it was like 320 trillion or something. What do they call them?
Yeah, 320 trillion AI deep mind processes or something.
Yeah.
Something real. Something
Basically,
real.
There's 5 levels of self-automation driving or whatever, and this could hit the level 5 and be packaged into a vehicle.
Which is the one I want.
Yeah, I want the one that just like...
I want to get in my car, I want to press work, and then it drives me there.
Right, and then like when I get to work, it goes, charges itself wherever it needs to, and maybe picks up some milk.
So I want a human-sized Roomba.
Basically.
Minus...
No, I want a couch in there and a big screen TV. I want
Well, that's what human size, you can sit in it.
Yeah.
I guess Roomba, though, Roomba is more like it bumps into stuff and goes, I don't really want that.
That would be bad.
Because as it bumps into things, it maps the room.
Yeah, no, we don't want that.
So GPS-enabled Roomba.
Well, it uses a lot more than that. LiDAR uses...
Well, yeah. But
Anyway, so to say all that, NVIDIA's been leading the pack.
yeah.
Recently, AMD announced a partnership with Tesla to work
Which
on
is
self-driving.
epic for AMD.
Yeah, it's good for AMD. It's been good for their stock price.
Of course, right? Isn't Xbox still using AMD?
Yeah,
processors?
basically all of the
Like PSU, PSU.
were until the Switch came out, which is using, I think, an NVIDIA.
Okay. Anyway,
But
sidetrack.
so AMD Tesla working together, it's good for both of them, I think. Gets Tesla a lot of the processing architecture, both patents and knowledge.
Yeah, I think it's good for. Well, I think it's good for us as consumers too. That it's not all
Oh yeah,
NVIDIA.
and along that round, the competition is heating up. Intel,
for sure.
the giant, has not been sleeping. They
So
recently released the information about their new architecture, the Nirvana neural network processor architecture.
did they ask Dave Grohl if they could use that word?
I don't think so.
Did
Because,
they have
I
to?
mean, do they have to ask the Hindus or whatever?
Yes.
Isn't that Hindu?
Hindi
No,
is the
is-
language. Hindu is the.
Yeah.
We're smart. Swear to God.
Anyway, so it's a new processing architecture. It's designed specifically for AI, computer learning, and execution of things like that. So there's a lot of new competition there. We'll follow it, see where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah, because Intel previously they were really just doing all CPU stuff basically, and then the I can't think of the word I want, but all the other stuff they were doing was more drone image kind
Yeah,
of
so that
processing.
they were doing some of the quantum computing stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
which I totally understand. You don't need to explain that at all.
yeah, apparently IBM has figured out a way to simulate quantum computing on a regular computer. I just saw an article about it, so I haven't had.
We're not going into that one
Yeah.
because that's
Because we have something much more
way
important
over.
to talk about.
We do. Hold on. However, so for all of you, we're using a G7 camera. Not that important to you, but the key is it only allows you to record for 29 minutes and 59 seconds. And we have like a couple minutes left. So I'm actually going to stop the camera and then start again real quick. So 1 second.
Because this is a very important topic.
The most important topic.
This is the Kubo. All
How do
right.
you spell that?
QOOBOO. No, sorry. QOOBO.
Okay.
The Kubo.
Kubo.
It's on Kickstarter now.
Is that? Never mind. I'll stop.
I mean, so it is one of the more interesting things I've seen. It's, and The Verge reported on it, but it's a headless robotic cat pillow that will wag its way into your heart.
Now, when you say cat pillow, it's not a pillow for cats.
Oh, no.
It's a pillow that is a headless cat.
Yeah, or dog. They're not being completely...
It's a cat. Let's be honest.
It looks like a cat. It looks like a really fat cat.
Looks like a just awful cat.
Comes in 2 colors. Husky gray and French brown.
Okay, I get the husky gray, like it kind of looks like a husky. Why is it called French brown? Is it because of like a French cappuccino?
Sure.
We're just gonna go with that.
Great. Good.
100%.
The idea here, I guess, is that it is for therapy. And if you're, like, allergic or scared of animals. Or
I don't know
something.
about therapy.
Hey, that's what. So their 3-step thing is
to get healed. That has nothing to do with
stroke, like pet it, and then react. I think because it has a tail that wags,
Oh, it does.
and then get healed, and you get healed from that experience. Would you buy one of these things?
Cushion-tailed therapy
Would you
robot.
even allow one of these things in these abominations?
Would I allow one in my house? So that depends. Honestly, it depends. Because so
You would. Okay.
I I have an affinity towards just like, what? That is so weird. I have to see that. Or like, I need that. That's the weirdest thing ever.
Oh, I would
So-
see it.
So if
It
some,
must be pretty comfortable.
I mean,
She's usually like a pillow, so it's kind of soft.
that's fair. But so if somebody were to give one to me, I would like let it stay in my house. If it were like $10, I might actually buy it just because I think it's so hilarious and ridiculous.
I believe it's about $100.
I will not be buying it though. But would I let this abomination in my house? Yes. But I'm not going to be buying it $100.
I can only imagine what your or my cat would do if this thing were in here.
Dude, I almost want to buy it now just for that.
Yeah. So anyway,
'Cause my cat's a psycho.
if you know people,
This is the video. It's
尻尾
it's very Japanese.
very, very Japanese.
それは言葉のいらないコミュニケーションツール
Wow, they don't have another word for they don't have their own word for communication? They said communication.
Yeah. This poor woman is looking at pet videos online, like longingly.
空母
I'm assuming
Kubo.
Kubo.
空母は
I'm assuming she's allergic.
Yeah, right. And there's a therapeutic.
Or you live in an apartment that doesn't allow,
right.
or your parents don't allow animals, and somehow you still have $100.
We're really trying to
spend.
justify this.
I don't know.
Crazy robotic thing. Anyway, you pet it, it wags its tail, great. But yeah, so,
No, $88 right now. Oh no, right now for Kickstarter. So I think if you're looking at it, look, is that if you can you is there like an early bird thing for?
it's 10,000 yen, and I don't really know what that. Or is that
So I don't know what when I was in Japan it was like 1 yen was like a cent. It was slightly different. Like McDonald's had the 100 yen
Menu,
menu,
so-
so it's the dollar menu.
It's $88.
Oh, okay. Still, I wouldn't
Kickstarter.
buy it.
Yeah, I think
I'm still not gonna buy it.
right. I think they're
They did only. I will give them this though. They only needed about $44,000 for, for their goal, which is actually they didn't need much.
and they're already at 28,000.
How many days left? 41 days still.
Yeah, they've hit it pretty quick.
They're gonna hit it.
So this thing is a thing, the Kubo.
I don't know why.
When the
Wait, so-
DeepMind, the Google DeepMind takes over and starts attacking us with
Kuba,
Kubos.
we're effed.
Yeah.
No, I don't. It only has tails though. It doesn't have. It will have to assemble. There have to be new Kubos with wheels.
Just wait. They'll self-replicate. Anyway,
Self-replicate. Anyway, so that's what we. That's
that's all I got.
that great note.
Yeah.
That's all we have for this week. Like I said, this will be bi-weekly. We're increasing our content to weekly, with this being bi-weekly, and then the off weeks of this are reviews.
If you have any topics or
Oh, yeah,
comments
let us know.
about what you want us to talk about,
Please.
please let us know.
I look at the comments.
He really does.
I do look at the comments.
I look at them occasionally, but he really, really does.
I want to know, if you guys see something awesome, let us know. We will for sure talk about it. Give us a thumbs up if you thought this was good. If you didn't like it, I mean, I'm sorry.
We
all I
take
got.
feedback. That's all I got to say.
We take feedback. Don't hit the thumbs down though. That's just mean.
Just subscribe anyway.
Yeah, subscribe anyway, and we will.
We'll get better.
Yeah, we'll get better and the best outro ever. See you guys later.